Hi there, welcome to this video. I'm Greg, and basically this video is because I've had a lot of problems with Kerbal Space program recording audio, it seems, which is a bit weird, but as a viewer, Lothar The Stunty pointed out, I can't hear. I quote them: "Can't even hear you." You're right. When I listen through the audio, I could hear myself, but I put the volume right up to 30-40 on my TV. Normal volume for me to listen to is about 10, so it's really quiet. And the problem is the background audio interferes with it. So what I'm just doing right now, I'm just doing a couple of preparations for the craft's departure, which shouldn't take long. And then we'll be launching in a moment. Throttle. Wait, what? How did I end up back there? Why is it back there? Why does it move there? Okay. Oh, that's what caused the problem earlier. Sorry, just realised the problem I had earlier and I couldn't figure out what the cause of it was. I just worked out what the cause of that problem is. I'll just adjusting the throttle manually. So what was happening earlier was, don't really need to know. Basically, when we get up at a certain height, we lose all throttle control and it just goes to full throttle. I couldn't figure out what the cause of problems, and it would happen a few times with a couple of the launches, and I just noticed it's because the what do we call it, the fairing, the fairing itself was moved here instead of up where it was meant to be, so that's probably the reason why I'm having a problem. So at the moment we're just launching up, we should be up at good altitude in a short while. Short while? Yes, I'd say that's something. Right, so yeah, this video is basically to test out the audio. I've had problems with the audio on some past recordings. As said, this viewer told me about the audio is so bad he can't even hear me. And he's right. Well, actually, is it he? No, it doesn't say. Sorry, I apologise. Lothar. I'm presuming it's a German because of how things go. Right, so no, Lothar The Stunty basically pointed out can't hear the audio, and they're right. It's really hard to hear the audio on it. So let's see. That worked okay. Try and do the cowling in a short while. Cowling? Why am I keep cowling? Fairing. Yeah, just getting up to altitude now. Could create an event in a few moments. Just making sure this gets into orbit. That's good. We'll do that, and that should be good. So, what's next? That works good. And I'm going to go and use the first action group. Last night's video was showing how to actually make an action group. So it's not action group. A custom action. So in this case, first action here is to open up solar panels. Second one is to retract the solar panels. So it's a pretty good tool to use. We also have an abort sequence in this now, where I can actually, by tapping this little button here, I can actually trigger a few events to happen. Okay. So I'm going to do the throttle now. Right behind me. Yeah, there's Mum in the background, which is the celestial body in the Kerbal universe. So we've got throttle up. And what we're trying to do is get into an orbital speed. So the idea here is I'm just going to do a little bit of maintenance whilst we're at it. It's not really maintenance, it's just me moving some people across into the space station. I'm going to keep Valentina. I'm going to put this Kerbal in here. And I'm going to put Bob in there. So for a later mission we can send Bob to the space station. So what am I saying? We can try and recover Bob from the space station. Anyway, at this moment in time we're getting closer, so I'm using the L1 button and the up and down arrows to throttle it down a bit so we get there at a good rate. And I'm just going to have a quick peek, see what orbital path is like. So I'll do it manually. Oh, okay, we're 10 seconds about over the target time. So what's our apogee here? Oh, okay, cool. So I'm going to try and switch it so when sweet, there we go, perfect. So what I want to do is basically adjust the apogee and the perigee. The perigee is the closest point to the body I'm orbiting, and the apogee is the highest point from the object. So basically I want to try and get the perigee as close as I can to where the apogee is. So I've got a couple of things to do. I'm just going to do a little repositioning. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to, what am I going to do? Going to use a custom action here. So I'm going to position this radio out. So what I want to basically do is I'm going to jettison this tank, and I want it to deorbit a bit, so I'm going to use the ion engine I have in front here to basically provide sufficient thrust to start moving the craft down. So what it will do is it will kick it up, so when I push it down it will go in an orbit and then it will eventually hit me from the top. So what I'm doing now is I'm just moving this tank down. Once it's out of the way I'm going to decouple it and then I'm going to reposition the space station. So that's what this is about. So tiny amount of motion. Wait, that's not working. Why is it not working? Idiot. There we go. So there's the engine fired. I'm doing a tiny amount of motion. Not much. Quite ridiculous amount of motion. There you go. Throttle that off. And now we're going to decouple. Well, that went quite bad. decoupling. So now we're going to go retrograde. Just to be on the safe side, I'm going to retract the remainder of the solar panels. So I'm just going to fly away, and basically the idea is, so now that tank is going to be an object in space, which will be a hazard to us, but what I'm doing is I'm pushing ourselves away from it as best as I can, so when it comes back up, it doesn't hit us, because as it's going down, the main tank itself is actually going to go faster than us, so I want to try and get as much distance as I can away from it. So. There we go. Just a little bit of repositioning and we should be good. I think that's going to be enough. So again, action group is up. So we lost a couple of panels, but not too many. So final thing I'm going to do is going to shut down the engine. We got our new crew on board, and so we're going to return back to Kerbal. Because the engine's a different way round, so on the top of the craft I've got to go in the opposite, so I'm going as if I'm flying out of Kerbal space, and so here I'm going prograde. So in theory it looks like I'm flying out, so our tank should be somewhere, oh there it is. No. So there's our tank, that will eventually float somewhere near here, but not close enough to hit that space station anyway. So yeah, we're currently slowing down a bit. It's not amazing, so I'm going to go throttle down for a minute. Can I set myself up with an orbital insertion? Perigee, apogee. Yes. The apogee, by the way, is the highest point, but it also has a higher influence than the perigee, so I'm literally just position here, throttling up, and you'll see the perigee is starting to shrink and it's getting closer and closer to Kerbal. So what I'm doing, I'm having a very large effect on it. So whilst my thrust is very, very small, it's about 0.5 meters per second. Here I'm going down by about a kilometre a second. It's having an effect, so it's kind of a useful tool. Now hopefully the audio's going alright and it's not too big a problem. The idea here is I'm going to try and slow it down a bit. What I want to do is I want to try and get around 60 kilometers, so I'm going to start slowing the craft right down as I get closer to Kerbal. A little hazardous, but it should do the job. You'll see something similar yesterday, except I don't know why the parachute didn't deploy. Kerbal didn't die, but it was kind of a weird situation. What happened? So still a little weird about that one. Might get away with it 70. Yeah, I think I will get away with that 70. There's a should be. Excuse me. There we go. So now as I'm actually coming around, I want to put it into a re-entry protocol. So we are positioned as best as I can for re-entry. I'm going to use the action group and I'm going to close the solar panels. I might need to use them again in a few minutes. And we're a very short while away from... No, we're not. Still got the right way. Okay, 78,000 feet. So this orbit, I should slow down a bit, but I'm probably just going to skim off the surface. I'm high enough that I should do a little bit of aero braking, but I also kind of am going to still be in orbit. So we've got a little bit of adjustment I might need to do, which is to do a bit of throttle and then compensate. Gonna do that bit now very quickly. Hand ready on the retrograde. Threshold I want to keep out of is at about 70,000 feet. Sorry, 70 kilometers. I want to be switched back into the retrograde. This is because 70 is about the threshold where you've got a bit of an atmosphere. We've already, as you can see the dial here, we've got no atmosphere, but we start to creep into having an atmosphere, so we're actually subject to thermal damage, thermal thermal forces due to air pressure. So there's a few molecules of atmosphere we're coming against, which is creating friction, which is starting to slow the craft down. So we're just trying to tease it a little bit. You can see our speed is dropping. We're at 2,351. So we want to try and get about below 2,000 if we can. Just about hit that threshold now. We should in theory come through here about just below 68,000. Because when I finished setting it was about 60. There we go. Music dies, it's time to prep the craft for a re-entry. A little hint I found in the game: when you need to keep focused, the music will stop. It gives you a few seconds to prepare. A little trick I found in the game is using... Oh, they do actually work. I didn't know they did. That's rather cool to know. Just realised there's... Can you see it? You might be able to see it. On the craft itself, like the actual command modules, they have these little ducts just where these... Oh, there's one of them now. So if I... Yeah, they work. Oh, that's useful. I don't need to actually install those anymore. A craft. Or probably don't need to anyway. So, Kerbal, a few more. That would be nice. We're still slowing down, which is good. We're not really accelerating, which is a good sign in my opinion. It means we might actually be slowing down enough to re-enter. Not enough yet. That's a shame. But we are near the perigee. So I'm just going to reposition now. In a minute we'll be getting high enough up to accelerate to that point. So what I want to do is I'm just going to try and adjust the entry position a little better. There we go. It's a bit boring, I know. Hopefully the music's playing. Well, it's literally like paint drying. I'm basically repositioning this so it's here, and so the perigee is close as possible to the pressure where it's going to start slowing down, which I think is going to be about here now anyway. Off. Okay, so we're just moving to re-entry. Right, oh that's good. So you can't see much unfortunately because we're in the dark side. But what I'm doing is just going to slow us down as much as I can. Hopefully we'll be re-entering very soon. I wish we were on the dark side of the planet though. But if we're lucky we'll be having a nice re-entry in a minute. There we go, sunrise. There's the ship. Just gonna do custom action, get the solar panels out, charging up at least a bit of charge. And in a minute or so we should start re-entry. Yeah, sorry, it's really, really boring. That's my custom option. There we go. We've started re-entries. Just going to throttle that off, and now we should start slowing down. Something you can add to the craft, which is a bit, it's a little bit of creativity, but it also has a fun purpose. So if you don't want to do so many parachutes, but you want to have a way in which you can slow down the craft, you can put aero brakes on this and actually have them so they can extend to actually help slow you down. You also have a quite large heat shield you can add. So in this case, we're just going to let it coast in. The altitude is alright. Yep. Shut that down for now. I think we've been captured, so we should be. Yep, we're captured. So we could probably be landing somewhere about here, I reckon. If we're lucky. We may not, but maybe somewhere just about here. So anyway, this video is a test of the audio, so I just want to check everything's running fine. And hopefully not crash. Still a little bit fast, which is a bit annoying. It's possible that could be a serious problem. I'm just going to do a little bit of repositioning. Just a little bit of rotation helps. Oh wow, we actually may make it where it predicted. In many ways it's better for us to land on water than on ground, but it's not much of a difference. It's a fraction more forgiving than the surface. So you got a little bit of give in it, but not by much. Ah, good, we're slowing down. The only problem right now is we may have a problem of altitude. Well, no, it's not really altitude, it's speed. We may be too fast to safely deploy, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have an exit strategy ready in a moment. Craft should be fine, but I'm not sure. I just want to make sure the Kerbal survives. So in this time, Valentine is safe. There you go, the parachutes are deployed, but we're still going too fast. She goes. So we're going to wait a few moments before I deploy the chute. Reason why? Kerbal actually is more aerodynamic. Sorry, has more air resistance than everyone else, so than the actual ship itself. So I'm going to have a little bit of fun because I can. Okay. So we're good now. We should be landing in a short while. Got quite a high altitude to reach, but I should be able to. Can I take the helmet off? Is it possible these days? So, no, sorry, it's a PC one. So it looks like the parachute's deployed properly on the lander, because we're actually going down quite nicely. It looks like it's about 4 kilometers down, deployed. No, maybe 4.5. It's not bad. So 4. No, it was about 4.2. Okay. No, 4. So it had a whole kilometre of travel before it fully deployed. So we're just doing pretty much the same right now. Just gonna do a tiny adjustment. Keep out of that. That's us, by the way, that shadow, so should eventually drift over to here. When we go crash, our parachute should deploy in a moment. Here we go. So we're just gonna fly in. So that's not bad. Mission successful, pretty much. Just a little bit of altitude drop, and I'm going to check the audio. I know I did that already, so no, the audio should be fine now. So please comment if it's still playing up. Let me know. But I'm because I'll go and check my other account and see what the volume is like. But no, I think I've got that volume problem sorted, which is annoying because maybe 20 videos of Kerbal Space Program which have no audio on them, which is a bit of a problem. So that's my fault. I gotta redo a couple of them anyway, so never mind. Now time to watch. Now time to watch Batman, the 1980, I think 1989. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, 1989's Batman. Just watch our sync rate. There's a little dial just here. This is the sync rate indicator, so I want it to be below 7 if I can. At the moment I'm about 5 or 5 now. But this indicates the speed which we're dropping, so if you're trying to land you want to be below 5. If you're in a spacecraft, if you're parachutes, you want to be as close to 1 as possible. So try and coax this into being as lower speed as possible. There we go. Not because it's easy, because it's fun to do it. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. Yeah, this has been basically a video to sort out the audio and actually test it's all working. It seems okay. I don't think it's a problem now, so that's kind of good. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And as I say, if there's a problem with the audio, please let me know. Take care. Bye.